Shalom. Praise AHAYAH. Bahashem Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach. Shalom, Israel. This is Sister Kana here, and welcome to Nappy Head Chronicles, where we are chronicalizing the awakening of the children of Israel. Bless the name of AHAYAH, Bahashem Yashaya, Qadash, Rawach. He is amazing, and he's awesome, and we actually seeing all these, prophecies unfolding. The Most High is revealing, so much for his people. Praise the Higher. So, I'm just stopping through, guys. I'm not going to be here long at all. I'm a little bit under the weather. My nose is clogged up, and, the weather is changing because it's starting to change really fast. Because they don't have a whole lot of winter, spring, summer, and fall. They don't have hope. They don't usually have all 4 seasons. So it's like really summer and then going into, it's a fall slightly, but it changes immediately soon as the calendar is so true, and soon as those new months come. Okay, we're so nice and warm. Ooh, it's hot actually. Okay. I pray you're having a blessed 7th month. We just finished the Day of Atonement, and now we're going into the next week, which starts the Feast of Tabernacles. This weekend, a double Sabbath. Okay, we got the regular Saturday Sabbath that we must to keep holy, and then the next day, at sundown, which is Sunday, starts the 15th day of the 7th month, according to Leviticus 23 and 15. So yes, we're going into the Feast of Tabernacles. We're going to be dwelling into tents, and I just love this time of the year. I love our holy days, and I thank the Most High, for his holy days. So, I pray you guys are getting prepared. I pray you guys are on your. I spoke to a few Hebrews, and it seems like people don't even really care. People don't even really care, the things that's pertaining to AHAYAH. But yet they claim to be, the children of Israel, and they, want to come back and this and that. But when it comes to really recognizing his holy days, knowing his holy days and things like that, they just, it seems like they're oblivious, So I pray you're taking advantage. I pray you're paying attention to the calendar when your holy days come and start, so that you can be in line with the Most High. That's the most important thing. And, like I said in the title, there's a lot going on, brothers and sisters. I pray that you are making your way out of Babylon. Get out, get out, get out before, things just totally change. And it can change just like that. So I pray that you get out, and stay. Don't wait till you get caught. Because if you get caught wrong, you're just gonna get caught wrong, and ain't nothing you can say. Oh, I see. I have a message. Shalom, Elder Shakaba. How are you, brother? He said, Shalom, Sister Kana. Blessings and barakatah for teaching me the calendar. Praise God. I am off grid guy. Feast of Tabernacle is up my alley too. Yes, praise God. Yes, I love it too. So bless you, brother. I thank you, brothers. For the brothers who are taking heed, and who, just because it's information coming from a woman, that you didn't allow that to be a stumbling block. Praise AHAYAH, because so many of our brothers are dealing with that, that stronghold of, because you're a woman, and it's a spirit, it's definitely a spirit that a lot of brothers are taking the curses because of what they've been through. A lot of them are holding on to a lot of baggage and a lot of, you know, that heaviness and that weight. They got a lot of disdain, even from the daughters of Zion because of the curses. Not really giving no wiggle room because we have been under the curses. The sisters are struggling just like the men are struggling. I don't understand how men could be so passive when it comes to each other, but they are very aggressive when it comes to women. You can't get a pass. So, brothers, I just really commend you, and I thank the men who are, open to hear from sisters as well, because it seems like that's, what the Most High is gauging men by, and they don't even really know and understand that a lot of them are being tested because of this thing, because it's coming through a woman, and it's what you least expect, and it's always what we least expect. Even when Christ came, it was we least expected Christ. Most of the Pharisees, the scribes, and a lot of people did not want to receive Christ because it wasn't what they thought. He was walking right among them. They was reading about him in the scriptures, but they was not even willing to accept the package that he came in. Because he was downtrodden. He was very meek and humble. And when you read Isaiah 53, he was like, he wasn't beautiful to behold. He was, and from what I understand, but I'm not sure how true this. This is where they get the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Supposedly, Christ had an ailment. He wasn't beautiful to behold. He was very like lame, like, they wasn't expecting him to be the Christ, yeah. And so, the Most High do things like that. He will deal with the downtrodden, the least, and using a woman in this time, it's really amazing, because a lot of brothers are struggling with this because of how they're being treated in Babylon by their enemy. They just can't even accept anything from a woman. So I thank you, Elder. I thank you, brother, for, receiving and acknowledging it, because it is the Most High. I can't even give myself credit to even begin to wrap my mind around that calendar, and how, you saw how long, for any of you who've been watching, y'all saw how long it took me to get this information out. And the Most High knew it, because I'm not a numbers person. And it took a lot for me to keep going into this, the scriptures, and trying to dissect and put this calendar together. It took everything in me. It was the hardest thing because I'm not a numbers person. So, praise Ahaya. I just got to give him the glory and the praise for giving me the tenacity to stick to it, to try to focus, and then I told you I did it for 7 years. The only way I was able to see the pattern of the 7, 14, 21, 20 way at 28, after the eclerary days, it was only, I had to do it for 7 years in advance. Oh my gosh, guys, that was grueling for me, because I'm not a numbers person. I had to make sure those numbers were right. They were adding up. A lot of times I had to go back and redo it because I was messing up. So it took so long. So I thank you, brothers. And there's a lot of brothers who have come to me and, yeah, they see the calendar, they see it, information. Praise, it's a higher. Give him the glory. He is amazing. And he wanted the children of Israel to know. He wanted us to get his information, learn his calendar, learn his holy days, know how important these holy days are. It's everything to us. It brings us back to his law, statutes, and commandments. Now, we know Christ is everything. So, we're not even, gauging that. We know Christ is the beginning and the end. He's the word. He's all things to us. But also, commandments, we need that calendar. We can't worship a higher without it. So praise AHAYAH Yashaya. Happy 7th month and all the wonderful, amazing feasts, knowing that we got holy days, knowing that we got a land, knowing that we got a language, knowing that we have a power, and a king, Yashaya, who is coming. The birth pains are boom, 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 boom. So what we're experiencing is Christ breaking this atmosphere. Is coming, is coming. I am so, 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 so excited, brothers and sisters, even though we don't know, what's in it for us. I pray that I make it. I pray, how you willing that I make it. Okay, so I just wanted to really touch on that, just knowing the calendar. And I'm so glad, brother, that you said that you got it. I know there were some things you were questioning, so praise AHAYAH. You see it, you understand it, and it's amazing. Once you see it, it's amazing. So bless you. And I will stay strong. I'm fighting. Let me see. He says, yes, believe the Most High will allow a woman to redeem themselves from the taking of the fruit. Yes, he got to bring us back somehow, so it's not far-fetched, brothers. We too have to have an opportunity to come back, and be get forgiven for our sins. So, it's not all about the men all the time, which is a blessing for it to be about the men. And we love you, kings. We want y'all to stand up. We praying for you. You got to get yourselves together, brothers. Please, 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 we praying for you. We need you, brothers. We need the men. So it's not about that. It's just that the daughters of Zion, we need to come back too. And we have a role. And, the Most High, we want to be redeemed as well. So he's given us this opportunity as well. So a lot of sisters really understand and, are trying at least. We're not perfect. We haven't gotten there yet. But we're trying and we're trying it. And I'm trying my best. So because I want to make it. I want to see Christ crack that atmosphere when it's time. I can't wait. I pray I make it. I pray I get to walk into Jerusalem with Yashaya, and stand before him at the throne as we worship, make it into after his 1,000-year, reign, and then we go into the highest eternal rest. Excited. So, the more these things are happening, the closer we get. But I just want to just talk about, that's all I really wanted to just say, how pray for you guys, pray that you're getting out of Babylon. You know that Jordan is the safe place. Get out, get out, get out. As you see these things coming down upon you, there is a safe place. AHAYAH has given the children of Israel a place. It's called Qadash. Ancient Edom is ancient in Jordan, present modern day Jordan is Qadash, which is Petra. That's where we will be. And all the nations know it. We are the only ones who really just didn't know it because of the curses. We didn't know. So now we know. So he's given us that back too, as well as his name, his holy days, his calendar. We will truly learn how to worship AHAYAH like he wants to be worshipped. So I'm excited about that. This feast, the Feast of Tabernacle, just know that it's an 8-day feast. It's not a 7-day feast, guys. Don't let no one deceive you. It's not a 8th day. It's an 8-day feast. Just like the Feast of Dedication, 8 days. So it doesn't end on the Shabbat. It cannot. It's impossible for it to end on the Shabbat. Because just like Passover, now that's a 7-day feast. It ends on the Sabbath at sundown. But the Feast of Dedication, which is also the ingathering feast, and the Feast of Dedication, all are 8-day feasts. It goes to the following Sunday, which makes them double Shabbats. We have double Sabbaths throughout our holy days, brothers and sisters. So pay attention to those Sabbaths. I'm not going to play my marathons this time. Excuse me, I'm just a little bit under the weather, so I'm gonna rest. But next week I'll start with another marathon, just putting information out there, all the stuff that I've accumulated over these years with Most High AHAYAH has given. I'm just gonna put it in a marathon, and so that it'll run. But not this one, because I'm gonna end this really early. I'm just not, I'm tired. I don't want to be sick and stuff like that. So I'm gonna rest. But praise AHAYAH Yashaya. Thank you for joining me, brothers and sisters, and pay attention to what is going on. So much is going on. It's going on so fast we can't even keep up. So y'all heard about this guy Kirk, who was unalived yesterday, and I mean, they are doing things, you know, just trying to shake things up and let these people know they are not having it. Everything Trump stands for, they ain't having it. And he's being used as a pawn as well, but he's trying to, maintain, but while he's also straddling the fence at the same time. So, and they try to make him out to be this racist, and he's coming out to be this racist, but they really have to demonize him and everything that he stands for, because of they don't want him. They don't want to make America great again, for one. That is a big no. They're trying to destroy America and Judah, Jacob in it. So they, everything he stands for, they definitely is not for it. So, and the children of Israel, you better know that it's time to get out of Babylon. Jordan is the safe place. You need to get out. You see it right before you. So as you dwelling in tents, let's pray that this is the last time. You said we're on the praise of high. You said we're on the cusp of Jacob's trouble. Yeah, they're about to bring it down, brothers and sisters. Get out, get out, get out. They put in all the National Guards in all them cities. Get out, brothers and sisters. Don't wait to see. Don't even wait to find out. Shalom, the ship will sail. Praise the Hayat. And Elder Sakaba. Bless you both. It's good to see you all. Thank you all for joining me. And I pray, just a quick message. I didn't want to not come on. But please forgive me about my highest Bible book club. I haven't been able to go in. We're supposed to be going into Simeon. I haven't been able to do it, but I will, get back in my rhythm again. But I just, this me doing the 30-day 30 for 30 challenge, and me, trying to navigate through the feast days, these holy months. So I just needed to kind of regroup and get myself together. So you said the National Guard coming to Chicago. Yeah, that's not gonna be good at all, because our people, everybody talking bad and talking, giving wolf tickets, and you see the mayor telling people to stand up and fight. Now they setting our people up for slaughter. You got the mayor telling people to defend their cities. That's ridiculous. Our people just got to get out of Babylon. Y'all know y'all need to get out. It's really no even reason to be staying there this long, to even watch this nonsense going on. Y'all definitely know you need to be up out of there. What's the point, of talking about how bad it is and how bad it's getting? This is the time with all their nonsense going on. This is the time to get yourself out of Babylon and watch the foolishness from afar. You ain't got to be in the midst of that. Be wise, be wise as serpents and harmless as a dove, and remove yourself out of the midst of Babylon. It's nothing for problems for Israel. So I pray you, brothers, don't even sit around. Get out. Get out of harm's way. Okay. Like, what else do y'all need to see? It's true. What else do you need to see or hear or discuss? Like, why is people, saying, oh, but it's not time yet, or you got more time? What's the point of that? It's really, you know, asinine to be sitting there talking about, oh, but it's not time yet, after you seeing all this stuff is going on. I mean, the banks, they talking about a bank run. Now, this guy he's been predicting this for a long time. But a lot of his predictions be coming through. He knows, he's in the business sector, and they're going to do bank runs soon. And you're not going to be able to get money out of bank. And you're not going to be able to get your cash out to make a move. And then they're stopping the cargo from bringing food in. I mean, it's just so much stuff going on. Why would you sit there in the midst of that madness, knowing that you won't be able to move once it really hits? Once Jacob's trouble hits, you're not going to be able to make a move. And even afterwards, it's not like they're going to let up off of Babylon once they implement this stuff. Once they put their plan in place and it starts, that's it, guys. That's why the Most High said, come out of my people. This is exactly why. This fight is on September 13th. Really? September 13th, is that at least it's not like the Friday the 13th, luckily. Because they be doing all kind of witchcraft on these days, and it's just a hot mess. When you say, I mean, who would ever think that this thing would get like this? Is allowing it to happen. The fight is on September 13th. So what you say in the fight, when they take the National Guards in, and that's going to be, and it's on the Sabbath, so the holy angels are resting, Christ is resting, the Most High is resting. The September 13th is the Shabbat. So they're doing stuff because they know when the Shabbat, all the angels and the Most High be resting. So our people just need to stop and not get involved. You ain't got to defend them cities. You need to leave. Get out. That's what needs to be happening. Brothers and sisters need to be packing their bags and getting out of harm's way. So, brothers and sisters, I just wanted to just quickly come on, tell y'all about the calendar. Make sure you got the holy days right. You start the listen. I put this out there every year, so let me just say it this year. Y'all have to know how the Most High is in His blessings when we read these books, when we read this Bible. There's a special blessing when we keep in line with the Most High and His laws, His statutes, and commandments. So the Most High said it's a sign between us and Him. His whole feast days, these are signs. So when you get your tent and you go outside somewhere and you sleep out for 8 days, there is a blessing. It's a spirit that's poured, just like the death angel passed over when the door. The same thing happens when we go out and we be obedient and we go in tents and we keep these statutes like the Most High tell us. There's a blessing on us. The Most High starts giving us more understanding. He starts opening our eyes. He takes the scale off our eyes so that we can actually see, hear from the Holy Spirit, hear when the Most High is moving us and telling us to do things. A lot of our people be so lax when it comes to these holy days. They don't think they got to do this. They don't think they got to do that. I know some people who didn't even fast on the Day of Atonement. I mean, and it amazes me that people, they really don't care. But when you see things start to happen, you'll understand why. Because the Most High He's watching us. He's testing us. He's sifting through Israel. He's looking for those who will be found worthy for the kingdom. We got to be found worthy, guys. So you must adhere to His commandments. This is why we fell in the first place. So don't let no one tell you like, oh, we got grace. And then we have other Israelites who they only believe on the Saturday Sabbath. That's as far as they go. They don't really even care about the whole calendar, all the days that the Most High allotted for us as His holy feast. They don't care. They think as long as they keep the Saturday Sabbath, they're good. And they be stern about the Saturday Sabbath, but everything else is lax. It's just these people, you really want to stay away from them because You don't want no freak accident to happen and then happen and you're in the midst of it, because people don't want to keep the commandments the way they're supposed to. They don't study. They don't even care, guys. So, I don't want to get on that note about it, because that's really like a holy time. It's a festival time. Enjoy your time. Give gifts to one another. Really, really enjoy, even in the midst of this. But, you better keep one eye open, and you better, be preparing to get up out of there, because this is not the time to get so caught up. He said, pray without ceasing, you know, keep praying and keep, fasting and praying, brothers and sisters, that you can escape this what's about to come. I pray you get now. They said the very races were where I live, these other nations really ready to go to war with us. Yeah, they hate us. They really do hate Israel. I mean, praise AHAYAH. And you know what? A lot of people ask me, oh, it's nothing like that, like here in Jordan. I mean, I'm sure that they have some indignation against, darker skinned people, because they all do. But it's nothing like how it is in Babylon. Like what y'all describing, it's not like that here. Now, there's black Jordanians that probably deal with discrimination on some level, I'm sure. But it's nothing that's like Babylon with that wickedness. That's the wickedness of Babylon, and they promote it for other nations to be like that. But like a country like Jordan, it's not like that. Really, very rarely say, people have discriminated against me or did me so dirty. Nah, I can't even count on one hand any these kind of things that happen. I haven't had it. Some kids, they tried to throw rocks, years ago, little things like that. Just kids being kids, but nothing I can really ever say. So, that should encourage our people. Like, don't be afraid to come out. People are really trying to scare our people, and like America is the end all to be all, when that is the most racist, hateful, wicked, demonic, country to be in. It's really, really the worst. And, I worked in corporate America for many, many years, and it was like I was on the plantation. You really, really felt like, you was on the plantation. The ceiling cap where you can't go too high in any promotion. I mean, they just really, really are horrible. And they've been doing us dirty, and this is what the norm is, and this is what they're used to, doing our people dirty, the children of Israel. It says you can just feel the hate in the air, I'm sure. And they're promoting it, they're perpetuating it. And guys, they're using the things like discern, witchcraft, is sorcery. This is what the Bible is talking about in Revelation with the Chaldeans. They're pulling out all the stops on Israel right now. So you're not fighting against flesh and blood, brothers and sisters. You're, like the scripture said, you're fighting spirits in high places. They have conjured up every demon that they can find, locked it in there in the vortex, and using it against you. That's why they must do those, the award shows and, summoning up these demons. They have to do that kind of stuff. Like I put it on how that slap that Will Smith did to Chris Rock, that was a ritual. That was a demonic ritual. And these are the kind of rituals that they've been doing to lock in these demons. So you're not in a natural battle. You're fighting against spirits. And we cannot win these battles. That's why Christ has to come back and take this thing down, this whole thing down. This is why, because we're not even equipped to fight on the level in which they're fighting against us. This is why you got to come out of Babylon, brothers and sisters. Like, you got to get out of there. You're doing yourself a disservice for yourself and your family and for Yashaya. He died so that we can come back. This is why Christ gave up the ghost. This is why he went on that cross. He went on the cross so that can at this time come back to the Father. And so people just twiddling their thumbs and mulling around Babylon and acting like we got time, we got time. No. The Most High said, come out of her, my people. So you're doing, you operating against Christ's death by sitting in Babylon. And I pray that y'all really take this serious and don't let no man beguile you of your reward, of your salvation, making you feel like, oh, you got time. Because see, you just want to hear that anyway. No, you don't have time. You are defiling Christ's death. He died so that we can come back. He died so that we can come out of Babylon at this time. So, and there's no real reason to hang on there. There's nothing there, y'all. Nothing but demonic beings and spirits mulling around. And our people are taking on those demonic spirits. And I see it all the time as our brothers and sisters are coming out. I mean, it's very demonic. And our people, this whole Babylon way of thinking, way we reason about things, it's all Babylonian spirits. And we have to get out of that way. You really got to work on yourself, brothers and sisters. So I won't go too far. I'll leave that. She said, yes, very hateful and wicked. Yes. Please come out, y'all. Please come out. And come out and get yourselves together. 2 Timothy says, if a man purges himself, the Most High counted unto righteousness. When you come out and you do the work on yourself, you get better, you get healed. We all are broken coming out of Babylon. We all have been through so much bitterness and, it's deep within our souls. You got to cleanse. People come out, they still have the lying spirits on them. They lie and they, just thinking they slick. It's all Babylonian, y'all. This is what America perpetrated on us. And we took on these same spirits. You got to purge it out. You got to cleanse yourself. You got to give yourself time to cleanse before we go back under that law. You understand? And there is no more grace. You need to come out and get, yourself together while we still under grace. If you come out at the last minute and now we're going straight into the wilderness, you don't have time to make mistakes. Because once the Most High start, bringing the judgment, it's going to be quick and swift. So the longer you wait, the less time you're giving yourself, to cleanse and prepare for what you must become in order to make it into Christ's kingdom. It's a righteous and holy kingdom. And we must be prepared. We must get ourselves to even partake in that. We're not ready for that. Look how we're coming out of Babylon. Horrific. Brothers, it's horrific, the state that we are in coming out of Babylon. So take this time. It's a festival. It's a holy convocation. The first day and the last day are Sabbaths. So we have double Shabbats. This Sunday is a double Sabbath. Okay? We have the Saturday Sabbath and the Sunday Sabbath. It's a Sabbath day, holy days. And then the following week, the same thing, double Shabbats, back to back, okay? Because it's an 8-day feast, so that's Saturday's regular Sabbath, and then the following Sunday is a holy convocation. When you read it in Leviticus 23, starting about 15 and down, you can see that it's an 8-day. You look at the calendar, download my calendar. Let me give you the link so you can look at the days. It lines up perfectly according to the eclerary days. We immediately go into the calendar. It automatically corrects itself every 4 months. 4 months out of the year, then you will see the calendar correct itself from 7, 14, 21, 28 on this Sabbath. 7th-day Sabbath, it lines up perfectly. Oh, so are we sure we have the right first day of the year? Yes, because the only way you can get that 7, 14, 21 eclerary month is that you have the right, correct first day of the year. So if you don't have the first day correct, you're not going to see the calendar lined up like that. It only lines up like that according to sevens because you're on the right holy day. So that it's amazing. It's amazing. We praise AHAYAH for his calendar and how precise. I always say he's a mathematical genius. Praise AHAYAH Yashaya. So let me just put the calendar in the, so you guys can look at it as you're reading the scriptures. I won't do the Sabbath, the long videos today. I'm just gonna, take a rest because, I'm congested, so I need to rest. I've been running around. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get the calendar for you guys so you can see it and you can compare it to the scriptures. Perfect. It's perfect. Perfectly in line, guys. It's perfectly in line with the scriptures. Hold on. Okay. So I'm doing so well on my journey, 30 for 30. Even though I'm not doing that much this month, but I'm going hard after this month. Because I really want to get down to my body weight. Right? Oh no. Get rid of. Hold on. Let me get the calendar. Up there. Praise the higher. Okay. And you can see, when it starts. Oh yeah, I can go there. You can see my screen. Hold on. Just since I'm talking about it. Praise the higher. I'm gonna share my screen really quickly. I don't want to make this a long drawn out video, but it's so easy to be on here for an hour without even realizing. Oh my gosh, time goes so fast. Okay, so here we are with, I don't know if you can see that. Hold on, guys. No, it's not sharing it. Hold on. So you go all the way down, that blue spot. I don't know if you can see my point of 59. But this week is the, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, no, it's true. It's true. This weekend is the 14th, okay, according to 7/14/21. See that? Right, on the Sabbath. The second number is the Hebrew number. The first number, there's two numbers there, is the according to the Gregorian. Okay? And so the second number is 7, 14, 21, 28, according to sevens. And you see on the 14th day, that's a Saturday Sabbath. The 15th day, according to the scriptures, in Leviticus 23 and 15, on the 15th day, it's a holy convocation. The first day and the last day are Sabbaths unto you. So this is what the Most High has told us. Now, I don't know why. Yeah, but you can see. This is showing. Hold on. Forgive me. I gotta take that. Okay. And also, if any of you, I pray that you are willing to work and help. We're trying to buy land so that if children of Israel, when you come out, you have a place to go. So I pray, brothers and sisters, that you take heed and go to the GoFundMe and support. We need your help. We need your work, support, because you will need a place to stay. So it don't make no sense to be trying to act like, you don't have it. Because when you come out here, you're going to know, you're going to wish you had helped. Because if we don't have no place for the children of Israel to come to, it can be quite messy, trying to figure out where you're going to stay and da-da-da-da-da. We could start coming together and putting things together. Praise AHAYAH, Yashaya. Okay, so let me share my screen again so that you can see this. Okay. Yeah, so that's a pretty clear cut. Let me see if I can make it big. Yeah. That's it. Okay, so according to the scriptures, starting in Leviticus. Oh, wait. I mean, I can hear. I don't know if you can hear. It seems so much better. Okay, it's back on. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the blue, I'm gonna get the right one so y'all can see it without it being. Okay, so you see the blue line of blue. That's the whole week, and the 8th day is in blue. Double Sabbath, right? That whole line of blue is the Feast of Tabernacle and the gathering. 2 holy days back to back. They run in concurrently together. So it's a very high holy day, the Feast of Tabernacles, and it's the ingathering when we do the harvest as well for the end time year. So these are holy days. It also says you give gifts, you put tree branches up, you make it very festive. And you enjoy, you eat, you feast. This is where they got these Christmas and New Year celebration from our holy days. So it's not like you're missing anything when you start coming under the feast of the Most High, because he's the originator of these feasts. They've got everything that they got from him. So we can keep those holy days the same, really literally the same. On Thanksgiving, we would cook. You would start, some people would start cooking on Tuesday. Wednesday, we're cooking, making pies and cakes and turkeys. Wednesday, they be cooking, and then on Thursday at sundown, around 4 or 5 p.m., all the cooking would stop. They would go in to eat more, and they would have food for a week or two. And it's the same concept. And this is where they got it from, because that's how we are supposed to do. On preparation day or even the day before, you cook, you prepare your meals, and then you cook up until the Sabbath, that Friday. And sometimes you prepare up until Sabbath, and then after Sabbath, no more cooking. You don't have to cook. After you do the Saturday Sabbath, you don't cook. On Sunday, because it's a double Sabbath, you don't cook. But starting on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can cook again. You can warm, get you a hot plate. You can warm up your food and, kind of do things like that way so that you're not kindling the fire, but it's also that you can warm up food. But I like to play it safe. I always try to keep me a hot plate so that I can warm up my food and not have to, kindle a fire on the Sabbath. I don't want to play with the Most High with that. So I will get, always have a hot plate on hand, or 2 or 3 in case they break down, so that you can warm up your food. But it's not like you're making food. The food is already prepared. So if you're warming it up, okay, you can warm it up if you don't have a hot plate. But brothers and sisters, we should learn how to really, try to be pleasing to the Most High and get the things that we need so we're not breaking the laws, So get yourself a nice little hot plate, a little plug-in grill, these kind of things that you can warm up your food. It should be already made. It should be already cooked, but you should, you can warm it up with a hot plate. Even in the wilderness, you could do that. Praise AHAYAH, Yashaya. So, but who knows? It may get real strict in the wilderness because he said don't kindle a fire. So, we have to really tiptoe, making sure we don't offend the Most High, And this is why, us as a people, we really have to, be mindful of what we're doing. People just taking it for granted because we grew up in these churches talking about do as thy wilt. It's really the laws are done away with. We have been very, very lax when it comes to the Most High and his laws. But when you get into that book and you're reading them laws, clearly you can see that the Most High is not playing when it comes to his laws, statutes, and commandments. So you need to really change your mind about how you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's not what you think. And everything that we thought is not panning out. Once you start getting into this word, you start to see. The Most High is not no joke. And he doesn't play, and especially with the house of Israel. So people need to really, consider their ways, coming to the Most High, how we come to the Most High. And it's just not like come as you are. We really need to get ourselves together. Praise AHAYAH. Okay, so that's all I just wanted to show you. Just talk about the double Shabbats, making sure y'all understand the calendar. Next week, I'll start back with my marathons. Please tell people about the calendar so that they can come and figure out how to create their own calendars, not relying on people who have lied about the calendar. Don't rely on people. Make your own calendar. We already know the first day of the new year. We already got that. So now you just got to know how to make your calendars. See it how it lines up. In the 7th month, the 4th month, the 10th month. See how the lines up for yourself and know it. So that when you read in the scriptures now, when you read on the 15th day, when you read on the, the first day of the 7th month, you know what time, what day is actually on, because the Most High's calendar is fixed. Once you know this calendar and you know these days, you already know. Even if it's not one of the 4, months after the eclorary months, okay, no, that's not, it doesn't line up 7/14/21. So, but you'll know these things. This is information we need to know, brothers and sisters. That's why you got to know that calendar. That's our calendar. This is our book. You got to know it. You can't keep the laws and statutes and commandments. You can't keep his Sabbaths if you don't know his calendar. And we have been taught all wrong. Anybody who was calling on the YAH, for some reason, those people are the hardest. The spirit on these people, man. You can't tell them nothing. They will not receive nothing. Even though they know that the Gentiles gave them that information, they still refuse to put that name down, the new moon calendar. They refuse. It's got to be witchcraft of why they so steadfast. And especially when you try to tell people about the name AHAYAH and Yashaya, oh my goodness. It got to be a spirit on these people. It's a spirit, y'all. They be fighting against the Most High. But they got to handle that because, the Most High ain't playing with people. So enjoy your feast. Get out of Babylon. We are in the time of the coming of our Savior. Our King, Yashaya, is coming. And it's amazing to see. It's amazing to be a witness in this time, to see this thing come to pass. Bless you, brothers and sisters. Enjoy the feast. Enjoy your time. Double Sabbath. Please go and donate to the land so we'll have some place to stay. Praise AHAYAH Bahasham Yashaya. I give all glory, honor, and praise to AHAYAH. Bless his holy name through his son Yashaya and the Holy Spirit. Shalom. Go to the link. Check out the holy days. Next week, I'll start the marathons again. So let people know if they want to learn about the calendar, how to set it up. They can make their own calendars. Okay. Bye, guys.